Tell me, is it whack up in the air? Rapping scattered off the gear. I can map him, yeah, yeah. It's like a tracker, get distracted, send him back like in the mail. Not a fraction of them real. Catch him lacking, run the drill. Running through the shit like a motherfucking dage.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. On this one, we're going to be taking the 180 up to the insurance company to see what they say about fires and engine bays. I'm not really sure what the heck's going to happen. The lady on the phone, she said it's worth a shot, even though I 100% guarantee they're going to say it's unrepairable because it's a custom harness in like an old Nissan that a mechanic's just going to look at and say, what the f. Anyway, we'll take it up there. They're going to deem it unrepairable and then see what I can get like money wise. I'm not sure how the whole process works on my coverage, but hopefully I get some money out of it because I've been paying insurance on the thing for freaking like what, 6 years now. So that would add up to a lot of money. Obviously insurance companies love that sort of thing. Yeah, we'll find out what happens with the whole process. I've never gone through it before, so I'm going to document it, show you guys what happens, and then got to drive it up to Jimboomba now. It's just on the trailer still, haven't touched it. It's just sitting there all sad. I'm just going to like reverse it back on the trailer a little bit so that you can pop the bonnet up, and then I'm going to leave it on the trailer because I'm pretty sure insurance companies, if you take it and they assess it, like if you get it towed there, they assess it, I think you get a choice, but most of the time they own the vehicle after that, and then you have to buy it back off them. So hopefully they can assess it, say they own it, but I'm not going to take it off the trailer, and then buy it back off them, and then whatever the remainder is, I get that money. I don't know, that's wishful thinking. I know insurance companies are pretty smart and they know their way around how to get the most out of everyone, but anyway, insurance is good if you like just completely write off your car and then it's under there, everything ticks their boxes and you get a good payout. That's awesome. Or if it gets stolen, goes missing, you know, or if it burnt to the ground, I'd get the money. But in this situation where it's like it needs repairs and it's going to cost more than what they're covering it for, that's the other thing. The coverage of the 180 is only up to $11,000, so it's agreed value, and back when I insured it, that was like super high because I bought it. It was only worth about, on the market, they were only worth about, I don't know, 7 or 8 grand when I insured it. Like a nice one with an RB swap. And also you had to go through Shannon's because they were the only company that would let you insure like an aftermarket car and cover you for everything. And so that agreed value was 11, which was heaps back then, but now obviously the market's gone up crazy. And then it'd be interesting to see if it was market value, what price I would actually put on it, because to buy one is like 20 to 30k, which is nuts. But yeah, that's the situation. Gonna take it up to the smash repair now and see what they say. And then when we get home, we're gonna pop the bonnet and have a look, like a proper look, and see if we can find out what the hell happened to the to cause the fire, because that's what everyone wants to know. But yeah, massive thanks to everyone. We hit 2,000 subscribers. Holy shit. The dream is like coming alive in full swing now. YouTube's actually like putting these videos out to people to see now, instead of before it was like so slow. So welcome to all the new guys, and on this channel we do a lot of drifting and working on cars. Got the 180 SX you're going to see in this episode, S13 drift car there with the LS1 in it, and R32 drift build up here that's going to be absolutely nuts, and a Mazda RX-7 FC3 that's over there that's going to be worked on at some stage. But yeah, if you're new here, stick around because it's a bunch of fun, and yeah, man, feels good to finally hit a milestone. So just for just quickly before we take off, it took me, if you're thinking about doing YouTube, I've been uploading like 3 videos a week the whole time, and to get to 1,000 it took 9 months, and then to get to 2,000 it took an extra 4 months. So as you can see, it's like a lot faster once you get over that 1,000 mark. So hopefully it keeps going this way and we get bigger and bigger and get some sponsors on the channel, and then we can actually do some cool shit. But until then, let's go and do some insurance claims. Make sure you hit the like button, drop a comment below, and subscribe to the channel. Let's go. Alrighty, so that was interesting. I just got to the smash repair in the middle of whoop whoop bloody Jimboomba. It's literally like an hour from my house, and the insurer, Shannon's, they told me over the phone that's the only place I can go to because these guys specialize in fire and engine bays. Apparently that's a specialty. And I got here and they say, oh no, you could have taken it to anyone, so that's great because there's about 50 million bloody smash repairs from my house to here. But anyway, the boys had a look at it. They were pretty cool guys. We're out in the bush, so you know, classic Australians. And they're like, right, it's on fire, mate. So yeah, Aussie as, I can't do Aussie accent that well. But anyway, so they look at it and I was like, what's my options? Like, they were asking me like how much was it to install the loom, and I said, oh, it's probably about 1,500 bucks, but way cheaper than that. But anyway, trying to bump the price up a bit because for it to be a write-off would be 11k, and then to get so if it was to be more expensive than 11k, they would legit call it a write-off and they would own the car, and then I'd have to buy it back off them. But because I have no salvage rights on the claim, for some reason, I don't know why I don't have that, that means it would go to auction, and I'd have to go to auction and then bid against other people to get it back. But if you have salvage rights on your claim, this is a good tip, then you automatically get the car straight back if it's a write-off. So going forward on all my claims, I'm going to change them to have salvage rights. Apparently you just ask for that. So there's that. And then I said, oh, so I'll pretty much just repair it myself then if it's not going to be a write-off or whatever. I was like, I'm just trying to get some money out of the insurance company because, like, you know, that's what you have insurance for. And so so they did up a quote to paint the quarter panels, the bonnet, the engine bay. Don't know how they're going to paint the engine bay without removing the engine, but anyway. And also the headlight, fixing the headlight as well. So they're replacing those things, so they're doing up a quote for that. And then I've got to go to another auto elechy and get a quote to get the what do you call it, the wiring harness repaired. And then whatever those two quotes come to, then I get that cash back apparently, but I also have to pay the excess of $800, and then the remainder I get back. So if I get something out of this, it's going to be sweet, but I don't know, it's kind of a muck around. But anyway, I'm going to head to like an auto elechy and see if they can quote me, and then yeah, bloody gonna take the car home, and I'm gonna show you like up close like what the hell the car looks like and the damage, and try and find the issue. But yeah, it's been a long road trip, so we're gonna shoot back. Went through the freaking mountain range, didn't even have any reception. That's wild for like our area. There's usually reception everywhere. Went proper bush. So now to head back this way and get back to civilization.
Dancing on the moon.
What a freaking adventure. Man, I've been across the whole of Australia in this thing. We're waiting on to get that quote back from the paint and panel shop. I just took the car to a auto electrical place, and they said that they would put in the quote that the ECU is probably going to be fried as well. Or not probably, but there could be a chance of it. So that's going in the quote as well. And that ECU is like the Haltech 2500 Elite. So it's like, I don't know, almost 2.5–3 grand for that. So that's massive. And like, hopefully it's not buggered, but if it is, we'll get the money for that. But yeah, the paint and panel is getting quoted, and then the auto elechy is quoting that, and then we'll find out if it's a write-off or if they can cash settle me, hopefully. And then we can get some money, and I can actually freaking do it right now, because obviously I can't afford to do it. But I'm going to pop the bonnet now and show you guys like more in depth of what the hell is going on. And I spoke to the auto elechies about what could have caused the fire, and we may know the problem. Alright, so popping the bonnet. The fire was in this section of the car right here. Doesn't look pretty at all. This is the fuse box. It's like pretty much toast. underneath there is where all the fire was, burning all these wires. So everything here is stock except for two things. Before I get into that, actually, there's a sensor here, the air temp sensor on the Haltech, and that wire was on fire, so that's why they're saying the ECU potentially is damaged. So the two things in here that in the wiring that aren't stock is the thermofans. The wiring for the thermofans comes around, and there's a fuse in here that I put in, and if that fuse is too big and didn't short out and do what a fuse does, then it would have heated up the wire enough to catch on fire. It's either that, or what I think it actually was is the wiring that I did for my little LED strip light. I had the wires just like twisted around on this terminal, and it doesn't have a fuse. So without a fuse, if there was an issue with this, the wire would just heat up that much that it just melts the outside, and then that coming around could have heated up like these other wires here, which are like the main power wires that go back into this fuse box, and then that could have melted around here into a big enough amount of material to burn and then like properly catch on fire. So it could have started from this freaking LED light that I installed myself, and I didn't put a fuse on there because I don't know why. I think I was just lazy, so it could well be my fault from installing that. But it's just shit because it's been like that for like years. I've had that on there for years, and then all of a sudden it's just done it, so I don't know. But the good thing is the damage isn't that bad. Like there's a few things in here that are toast from the flames and the heat. It's just completely melted, but it's not that bad. Like it's definitely fixable. And check this out. Shout out to Raceworks, is it? I think it's Raceworks. Yeah. Shout out to Raceworks and their silicone hoses. This intercooler pipe here was right hard against the fire, and it hasn't even melted like one bit. How impressive is that? And it's like still legit, like straight out the packet. That's insane. And then also this rubber hose down here didn't even melt, which is like some cheap grade one. Don't know what's going on with that. It's actually fireproof. But yeah, so this body loom here, I don't know if you can see that, but that is cooked. So I just need a new body loom that goes around and then connects into the ECU. And then also the wiring loom that goes on this side might be alright. But obviously a new fuse box, definitely need that. And then I also need like the battery relocation wire. And that's just one wire, it's nothing crazy. This is a little bit melted. My eBay spec thing, but that's just like a little hose there. And then some paint. That extinguisher shit is like super corrosive, like everyone was saying. It's freaking nuts. But gladly Zach was onto that and sprayed all this out with degreaser like pretty soon after. The legend. But yeah, that's basically it, eh? It could have been two things, either the fuse for the thermofans, which I'm doubtful, or this wiring here that was unfused with the LED light strip. And I think that it was definitely that, because the bonnet doesn't close properly because of the catch can wires there, and it was like kind of bouncing, and then like that would have been triggering this wire on and off, and then yeah, over the time, I guess over a long time, because I don't know if you ever seen that circuit racing night, freaking downshift night cruise circuit run that I did with this car. I had a GoPro in the inside there pointing out, and you could see under the dash like a light flashing. So it's been doing that like constantly for a long time. And then I don't know, it could be that. Put down in the comments below what you think started the fire. But there's not really that many answers here. It's kind of just a guess, because legit all the wires are completely fried and you can't really tell what the hell started it. So I'll keep you guys up to date on what I hear back from the insurance company, but fingers crossed. They just say that you can either get it repaired because it's cheaper to repair it than to call it a write-off, and in that case I can choose to get it repaired, or I could just choose to get the money out and then repair it myself, because that is an option. They only said that one thing with that is if you get the money and then you don't repair it for some reason, and then you reinsure it, and then you're driving it and then you have another crash or accident and the same panels are affected, if they assess it and they see that it's the same damage as before, then they won't cover those parts and you won't get any money for that. But that's just to like try and get rid of people like just taking money and not fixing their car. But obviously I'm going to fix this car because it's my freaking baby, and I already miss it. Like I already see Facebook events for cruises and meets and stuff, and I look at it and think, oh, I could go to that, and then I go, oh, hang on, my car's bloody, it doesn't start. So the goal is get the S13 done, get that ready for drifting, and then get this in there and start stripping it out. But gotta wait for insurance first. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I couldn't really film that much at the actual shops because they weren't really that keen. The older blokes aren't that keen on YouTube either. I tried to get them to sub, but they weren't that keen. But if you guys feel like sharing the channel around, go for it. That's like the best way to get the word out there, is just to share the videos. Go for it. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Subscribe to the channel.